Ebu! Now I'm just kidding. Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. A happy Wednesday to you all. Hopefully your week is going brilliantly, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully you're having a great day nonetheless. Yes, Miss Ebu is finally here. Her solo re-debut/debut. This whole situation is really kind of complicated to explain, but Miss Ebu is back. She has gone solo. She has her brand new release out, and I am so tremendously excited for it. You cannot believe how long I've been waiting for this. It's kind of similar to how I felt when Cheon came back. You know, Cheon made her solo debut following IZ*ONE's disbandment. Weirdly enough, they're both like the performers in the group. I didn't put those two and two together until literally right now. But anyways, this has been one of the most highly anticipated releases for me this month. And that's saying some things, considering, you know, Triple S made their full 24-member debut this month. aespa had their full-length album this month. Artemis are going to have their full unit debut at the end of this month. Like, oh, and then today, Chu's second album got announced. Oh, orbits are feeding today. And I am so excited to just dive into it, because now, of course, this marks the full 12 out of 12 members in terms of what they have gone off and done post the Luna debacle. So, Miss Ebu with the title track "Loop" featuring featuring Lil Cherry. What I believe was a feature on someone else's song. It was an Ailey song from last year. Yes, I remember now. But you know what? I've waffled long enough. Let's dive into it. Roll intro one more time. I need to go and update that intro at some point. But Loop featuring Lil Cherry. Now, I have been completely blind in terms of like sonically what this song is going to be. I've seen, you know, concept pictures and stuff because, well, I follow all the Luna members on Instagram and I see it on Reddit and stuff. And everyone's sharing it about, which is really cool to see. But yeah, sonically, I have no idea what it's going to be. I saw some comments underneath the album sampler, and we might have some heat coming up. There's also 3 other B-sides on this mini album, so of course we are going to be listening to that later today, so keep your eyes peeled for that if it isn't out already. But I've held you on for long enough, let's get into it. Here we go!
Can't stop. Can't stop.
Holy shit, Eve's backs.
Meant to be, we might be alright now. 벗어날 수 없어, it's so fine. I swear I will never let you down.
Interesting. Whoa! What a kick in, okay. It's weirdly groovy.
Can't stop the 제 같은 너 이미 다쳐버린 너 Looking in the mirror 거울 속에
I'm waiting for the release to happen again. There's no shot this is the full release. Oh. There we go. Oh, it's kind of tasty. Hold on a second. Huge switch up for Lil Cherry's verse. Hold on. I kind of love how they've mixed Eve's voice here, because they've done something with it where they've added some kind of filter that makes it sound completely different to what I'm used to her voice through like past Luna releases and stuff. But the groove is very smooth.
Can't stop the 제 같은 너 이미 다쳐버린 너 Looking in the mirror 거울 속에 비친 stuck
really cool that we're covering quite a wide range in terms of our vocal scale or vocal range. Because sometimes you get up into a little head voice flip, sometimes it comes straight down to the bottom. Oh, we're gonna extend this top line into the bridge. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, it's not a bridge, it's an outro. Oh, that went by so fast. So no final chorus, no bridge, it just goes straight into the outro at the end. Well, damn. You know, kind of similar to how I felt after listening to New for the first time. That kind of digital groove really works for her. It's like, admittedly, this is a very different vein to what New was back. How long ago was New? But it's got the same kind of ingredients, but the final execution is so entirely different. This definitely does feel like it's Eve 2.0 in a nutshell for me, and I love it. I love it so much. And yes, there is the whole biased view coming into play because I am very much in orbit. I've been following the Luna music pretty intently since Butterfly era or just before Butterfly era. So while I wasn't there for the original debut with Eve back in the day, I feel like I know enough about what her kind of musical ability was within the Luna setup to figure out maybe what I could kind of guess in terms of this. Nah, everything's out the way. This is an entirely new Eve, and I love that for her. Ooh. Let's talk about the song, though. The way this song kind of kicks into gear, it's really just right away. Up until this point, we have not heard one note from the instrumental. It's all been purely rhythmic. Everything else is Eve on the vocals, and then a little bit of that kind of phaser reverb effect that's providing the kind of melodic element. But already you know exactly what type of beat this song is going to be. It's established from the get-go, from beat one, and it doesn't stray from that. And instead of like straying from it, in fact, it just builds on top of it. And that groove, while it doesn't develop in terms of speed, it develops in terms of complexity. And it just keeps going, and it keeps going.
Meant to be, we might be alright now. 벗어날 수 없어, it's so fine, fine. I swear I will never let you down. 꿈속으로 나를 가둬줘, oh yeah.
The very subtle vocal harmony to provide a little bit of more oomph to that top line. Very tasty. I also like how this isn't really using a standard key either. I don't know what key it is. You'll have to wait for React to the K for that, because they will more than likely, if they dive into this, they will explain it in the proper musical terms, because they are the professionals in terms of the musical theory and stuff. But, spicy key. But also, this little, I'll go back a little bit, but there's a little chord thing here, where it just goes a little bit bright all of a sudden. And that brightness is very tasty to listen to. And you bring in that walking bass too. Get a little cherry and almost like a partial rap verse / ad-lib. And then, you know, you have your lead-in for the chorus. Whoop, whoop. She's playing around with that kind of head voice flipped into that lower chest voice, and it kind of whoop, goes up and goes back down, goes up and goes back down, and it steps. It's like a sine curve, but it's not smooth. It goes up in blocks. It gives it kind of I don't want to call it strange, but a really interesting up-down sensation to the melody. And it's another way of kind of weaving in movement within the song that it normally wouldn't be there without it. If it's smooth, you kind of just groove with it, but because it's so blocky, you feel that movement when you listen to it, and I think that's very cool. And of course, you have the delayed drop too.
On that paradise, yeah, I'm lost, but I like it.
Because now we've got the full groove kicking in. And a surprisingly simple like hook slash post chorus that has no words. It's got a consistent beat, got a very nice groove, and if we're looking, you know, look who's the one performing it. It's Eve, right? She is like performer mode Eve. That is her moment, and it's almost like this song requires the choreo to go along with it because the song kind of allows for it, right? Because the song in that post-chorus section doesn't have a whole lot of distractions going, you can focus 100% on both doing the choreo if you're the performer or paying attention to the choreo if you're the viewer or the audience. Very smart, very smart. Look, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I was going to like this regardless of whatever the sound was going to be. Having listened to the song though, I like it because of the song as well. Like, it's this type of sound in terms of the other post Luna project slash group slash artists that have debuted since the beginning of last year, right? Whenever the whole thing happened. I think it was pretty safe to assume that if Eve didn't join up with a group following the kind of disbandment, so to speak, of the original Luna lineup, she was going to go solo with her own sound. That is very much what happened here. And honestly, she chose a terrific song because I think it's, for me, a really good starting point. Like, it's a song that showcases what Eve the artist and Eve the performer can really shine with. Kind of shows off her view on her kind of style when it comes to what type of music she wants to perform, what type of performance she can provide with this type of music. But also, this is a sound that she can develop down the road. And so future releases, we're going to see this kind of dance type vibe, a little bit groovier, a little bit lower vibe with Eve develop. And this is going to end up becoming like the refined and polished Eve sound later down the road, and I cannot wait for that to happen. But of course, this isn't it for this release because we have 3 other B-sides to get to, which I am very much excited for. I have those queued up, and I'm going to start recording those immediately. So I am going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let's work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day-to-day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.